I'm Andy.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Jack.
And together we're working towards our goal of becoming a full-time sailing, cruising family.
For the last 2 years we've been restoring our steel pilot house sailing yacht and rebuilding it for the three of us to live on.
But now I'm pregnant, it looks like the boat will eventually be too small.
So we started looking for a slightly bigger boat, more suited to a family of 4.
And we took on this amazing Bowman 46 yawl, which has plenty of room for all of us.
So now we're working hard to get both boats in the water,
so we can choose which one will be the right boat for us to head off and explore the world in.
Follow along to keep track of our progress as we focus on getting our family afloat.
Right, look at this. This here is the tie rod that joins the steering system together. The steering is now, look, it's nice and free, but it's not as free as we'd like it to be.
There are many components.
Yeah, so let's not take that apart any more than we have to. What would be nice to do would be change these ball joints.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice to do.
Well, it won't disintegrate en route, but it certainly makes steering it a lot easier.
Yeah, so we'll do that.
These joints should be free, and they're just not. That one is good. This one is not.
Yeah, okay, so we'll do that.
It's got a big stiffy bit in it.
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing is, let's look at the belt issue again. And take it from there. You're right, look at that big black cloud. That is a big black cloud heading this way.
Cloud is coming down.
What we're doing is we're just having a look at this Victron Multiplus charger, inverter charger thing, just to look at how we're going to wire it up. So we're going to sort of have a chat and do a bit of a dry fit on the table, so to speak. Oh, there we are. Right. So what goes where here? Battery. Why have we got 2 positives and 2 negatives?
Just because of the amount of current it draws. So
okay.
You can double up on your cables rather than going for
massively thick cable.
Yeah.
What's that terminal for? That one?
That one's just your ground.
Where does that go to?
That'll be to your common ground on the boat. So
okay.
when you're inverting, you'll tie the earth and the neutral together at source of the power generation.
Right, okay. And then AC in, neutral.
So that's your shore power.
AC out 1 and AC out 2.
Yeah. So your AC out 1 is your inverted output.
Yeah.
AC out 2 is your pass through from the shore power. So
okay.
any hot water heaters and things like that you want to only use on shore power, you connect via AC out 2.
Andy and I spent several hours that evening working it all out. Or should I say, Andy patiently explained it all to me so my brain could work to keep up. In a couple of weeks we're doing an episode featuring the installation of all this battery and charging technology. But I'd like to take this opportunity to mention that we bought all this stuff from our amazing friends at Pro Marine Store. Pro Marine Store are an amazing online supplier of all chandlery and boat related stuff, but also batteries and charging and power solutions for boats and off-grid living. So that's giving us everything on my phone. The batteries we're using, they are the Acceleron lithium batteries, which have a cobalt-free removable core which is fully serviceable. Those batteries are available now from Pro Marine Store with a 10% discount if you use promo code Sailing Melody on their website. And to make things even easier, you can now contact them directly through WhatsApp using the number on the screen now. Paul and I have just got back from a shopping trip.
Yeah.
Show us, the kettle's on. Andy's been doing drawings and diagrams and working stuff out. What have we got and why have I bought it?
So we've got basically a new enclosure and full of RCDs, RCBOs, so we can put an additional feed into your multiplus.
Right, okay.
So we're leaving you the option to be able to bypass the multiplus if you want and feed your existing system direct from shore power. Yeah. In case there's any failure on the multiplus.
I see.
But the general use case will be that you'll feed the multiplus and then the multiplus will pass through and feed the inside bolt.
Before Andrew jumps in the lazarette and starts screwing all that up, I'll show you what Paul's going to be doing as well. Paul's already on it. The connection between the steering wheel and the rest of the steering on this boat is via a belt, and this is the old belt. it was completely frayed and perished, and it came up on the survey that the belt was completely knackered. So we've been and bought a new belt which goes inside that tube there. So Paul is currently furiously trying to fit the belt under there to make room for Andy to then get in here and start doing the electrical work. But at the end of it, what we should have is a safe steering system and a safe electrical system, which is what it's all about really, safety. Making sure that everything's robust and isn't going to break when we're out in the middle of nowhere. Is that coming through all right? So the belt is now through the tube, and you now just got to get it onto pulley either end.
Onto pulley and figure out whether I've got the top end or the bottom end of the belt.
Oh, make sure there's no twist in it halfway.
Yeah. These are the steering joints. So with one hand, just got to connect that to that, and then we'll be back on the belt sits. If you can see it or not.
So it's all go. Apart from that, there's not a lot else needing to be done to actually get this boat in the water. We'll have electrical system will be up and running. The electrics are actually fine and they do all work. So the upgrade to lithium is a nice to do, not a need to do, but it will make an enormous difference.
You can see the steering joints are back on, that's the bottom of the post, and then it goes to a belt which runs all the way through this tube, which comes to there, a toothed belt, and then that drives straight through this bulkhead onto the bars at the back to the reduction gearbox.
While Andy's sorting out wiring in the cockpit locker, I'm down here removing these shelves, because it looks like where we're going to position all of our Victron Multi Plus 2 is at the back of this crawl through. There's room under here for the batteries. I've got one just shoved in there at the moment just to see how it fits, and there's actually all kinds of stuff back there. Room for plenty of batteries. So I'm gonna stick batteries under there. The Multi Plus and the MPPT controllers up here. It all needs to kind of be disassembled and cleaned up and made good and made solid. And obviously everything needs to be strapped down properly. So at the minute I'm just unscrewing all of these panels. I want to take them out in such a way that they don't get damaged, so that if I ever decide to revert back to how it was, I still can, if you know what I mean.
Big old space there, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think there's going to be plenty of room there. Yeah, so before Andy goes, he's going to show me how to finish wiring everything up, and then we're just going to quickly run some of this cabling from one side to the Victron and back, and just make sure that everything's powering up okay. Oh, so heavy. It's going to go here, on this wall here. I've ordered the USB, the Bluetooth VE bus.
Okay.
That's coming tomorrow, and the DC charger is coming hopefully tomorrow or the day after.
Oh, brilliant.
The number of times I've wired these up and haven't put the end on, I'm like, oh no.
I always leave the earth line slightly longer as well, so it gets pulled. You pull the live out before the earth gets pulled out.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's starting to get dark. Is that the whole thing?
Yeah, you've got about another 2 meters to go yet.
And it's going to come up there, across there. They're really nice. I covet his tools. AC1 out. I'm with you. So, just to clarify, the cable should go through them and through a con, but I'm not doing that at the moment because it's just a dry fit.
Well, those are the cockpit drains we've done, and it's a lot drier and nicer environment here. That's the other side of the steering that I was showing you earlier. I'm hoping Andy's going to edit this bit in. Yes, so we've got the steering there, the two cardan joints and the belt, which runs all the way along that pipe to where the other Andy is. Give us a wave, other Andy.
Hello.
There's other Andy.
You all right?
What What are through holes?
So through holes are holes that are in the boat, that are below, well, in the water basically, and they'll have a skin fitting with a.
Some people say through hull, and some people say through hole. Either way, it's a hole through the hull. These are just some that I bought for the freshwater tanks, but just to show Jack what a kind of thing. And then obviously you screw that into the boat, and a pipe goes on there to whatever.
Yeah, that's why this is.
Yeah.
Right. So the most forward through holes are in the head. So this one here is the sink. And it's double clipped on both ends. It's sealed and secured in. So this one's the water in. That moves nicely. It's sealed in. It's double clipped on both ends. And then this is the waste out, which also, can't really see it, but that one's a bit stiff but fine, and it's double clipped on both ends.
Under here, under the galley, it's a bit grubby, you need to give it a clean, but there's been more important things to do than cleaning. This is the galley sink outlet. So we've got the tap, which is nice and clear. I need to give it a bit of a clean. It's just got a bit of where it's dripped over time, but it's the valve's in good condition. It's all sealed. I need to put a second Jubilee clip on there, which is a quick job that we need to do. If you're wondering what the old cables are, there for the old fridge compressor. But yeah, that's fine. It's nicely sealed. It will be closed when we launch, and then we'll open it to check whether it weeps around the pipe. But we'll put a second Jubilee clip on before we launch.
So I was going to jump in, but then I let Andy because I'm feeling a bit round today.
Okay, so down here we've got 3 skin fittings. The most kind of critical one is this little jobby here, which we've no idea what it's for. It's a brand new skin fitting with a brand new hose tail, and is in perfect working order and has been installed, and no clue what that one is for. Not the faintest idea. So what I'll do is we'll blank it off and maybe use it for something in the future. It is below the waterline, and I can't understand why somebody would have put it in. I need to tidy up that cabling as well at some point, but again, it's not a life-threatening thing. That the next one is this one, which is the depth transducer. We're going to make sure I'll put a piece of board over this eventually, so that when people jump in here or we drop stuff in, it doesn't smash this. But that's been sealed in inside and out now. Paul and I did that the other day, so I'm happy with that. And then that one down there, you can see, is the engine raw water inlet, and that obviously will be in the open position when we start, because you need to make sure that you've got raw water cooling for your engine. The next lot then are in the aft head.
So there's 3 again. So that one is water in, that one's waste out, and that one is the sink. They all open and close. These 2 here need another Jubilee clip because they're only single Jubilee clips, so you always double clip.
Some of them you can't get 2 Jubilee clips on anyway, there just isn't room.
Oh, that might be why.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2 that are just like that. You can't
Okay.
get 2.
Yeah, no, you won't. I mean, you can, but it's not going to do anything.
Yeah. Okay, the last one that's critical. We didn't do the exhaust either, but the exhaust's well above the waterline. I'll check it anyway. But the last one is the rudder packing gland. Here is the top of the rudder post. So the emergency tiller will go in here and up through the deck head of the aft cabin. This is the tie rod that connects to the steering. That's a head torch I've dropped down there and can't reach. But more importantly, of these bits, this is the packing gland for the rudder post. There's loads of room there. Yeah, we're going to have tools available to hand to make sure that we can tighten that up if it's weeping when we go in the water. Although I actually think that's above the waterline, that gland.
Hello and welcome to Jack Cam. Today we are touring, well, this side of the yard. Put down my hood so you can hear me properly. So we are touring about this side of the yard. Just the right side of the yard. All right, let's go. I love this Starlight 46. Really nice boat. Look at that. Fit all the way back. That's really nice. I would say it's probably about the same length as ours. Maybe a little bit smaller. A little bit bigger. But it's a very nice boat. There's this massive, I would say it's about 60 foot. I don't know. I would say that's a little bit bigger than 60 foot. Look at that, it's huge. But I think it's got a lot of rooms compared to this one. This boat, it looks like a normal boat from the bottom. It's got like a fin keel and it's green. So that implies a normal boat from the bottom. It is a normal boat. It looks much like a normal boat. I don't know what type of boat it is. It's very nice though. Oh, it's a Contest 45. Yay, you learned something. Contest 45. There's some very interesting boats in this yard. Another boat. It's a Bowman. Oh, Bagheera from Gentle book. It is a Bowman. Bagheera of Whitby. Bowman as well. Our boats are Bowman. They're very good boats. And this, I can't remember the name of the rig. So if anybody could tell me what type of rig this boat is. It's got like 2 booms. And normally from my experience, the mast is supposed to be at the back. It's supposed to be broken. Okay, it's not broken. But from my experience, the mast is supposed to be at the back. Like that. And the booms are supposed to be a little bit thinner, I guess, without holes. It looks very interesting. It's called Amelia. What's this? I think it's like a wooden fishing boat underneath. Oh, Beneteau. I didn't realise they did motorboats. There was a boat in Holyhead where Melody used to be. Now she's in Bangor. But very similar to this. It didn't stay in Holyhead, it just came in. And there's actually a very famous boat in this yard. Some of you might not have heard about it. Oh, more cats. Might have not heard about it, but we'll get to that boat later on. It's at the end, you can see it just under that boat. Westerly Ocean Launch. There's one in Preseli, which is close to our house. It was very nice. Well, I would have liked to have it, but it was way too expensive, unfortunately. That looks like a project. Ta-da! Here's a famous boat. British Steel. It's famous because it went round the world the wrong way. You heard me, the wrong way. So basically, boats normally go with the trade winds, but this boat went all the way around the world in like 100 something. It was south to west, I think. I don't know much about this. I would say it's about 50 foot. 50. That's got to be 59. Dad says it isn't 59 foot. But I think that's 59. Don't you? That looks 59 foot. Bigger than the Bowman anyway. Ooh. This boat here looks like a submarine. Ooh. It's a bit rusty. Anyway, more about this boat than that submarine looking thing. So it went the wrong way with this man. I want to say his first name's Chris. I don't think it's Chris. I don't know. But it's famous because it went around the world the wrong way. On purpose. It's actually steel. It looks like a fiberglass boat, but it's actually steel. And there's an Oceanus 411, Clipper, Tonic, Moody 44. I like Moody's. I'm not actually moody, but I like Moody's. They're nice boats. And I don't think boats have emotions, so I don't know why they're called Moody's. They're not moody. A nice boat here. I like that boat. But that is the end of Jack Cam. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Something else I want to do is have a look at mounting the life raft. We're not going to need a life raft in the 2-mile motor down the river, but we've got one that needs to go on the boat, so we may as well have a look at how and where we're going to mount it between, you know, while we've got the chance and the time.
So we're just going to do a nice non-essential job just to make us feel good. Andy's getting the main sails, and we're going to have a look at the sails.
So that's one completely unnecessary but quite satisfying job done. We've got the mainsail on, we've got the mizzen on, and we've got the sailbags on. And do you know what? The report said that the mainsail was in, you know, really terrible condition, blah blah blah. It's tired, and it's definitely not suitable for racing or anything like that, but it's fine. I perfectly happily sail all the way back to Wales with that main. As you can see, there's, you know, it's just old marks and stains and stuff. So yeah, new canvas for sure. We definitely need new sails, new canvas, and hello Precision Sails, please contact us. But yeah, we need new sails, or any other sail company. Yes, please contact us, and if you want to get involved with the project and stuff, then that would be amazing. But yeah, sails are on. We can't obviously raise any sails and put any tension on anything because we're on the yard on a cradle, and that would be silly and stupid. But and we didn't need to do this today. This was something that, because we're not sailing until the rig's been tuned, we're only going to be motoring down the river, but at least they're on, and it'll help the rig just settle and sit the way she wants to sit, won't it? Right, I'm going to have a break, or we're going to have a break, a cup of tea, and see how we get on with some other jobs. I've got lots and lots of wiring to do. Yeah, some actually important stuff needs to happen next.
Move us in the morning.
Oh, nice.
So they're just going to load it here so we can do all the work here.
So
Ah, brilliant.
might not.
Gosh, she looks good though, doesn't she? Do you like my dodgy boot stripe?
Yeah.
Don't criticise too much.
No, I'm not going to do it. Not at all. I think it just looks fabulous.
It looks better than it did, doesn't it?
She's a
Better than it did.
fantastic looking boat. What do you think, Jack?
Go!
Yeah.
Up she goes.
Up she goes. You like this? Yeah. Your kind of boat?
Yeah. Nice, though.
That is funny.
You gonna buy it?
No, I don't think so.
What's
Breaking
funny?
wind.
Breaking wind. So after years of dreaming and struggling and literally shedding blood, sweat and tears, we finally have a boat which is ready to float and start moving aboard. We're so excited for the next phase of our adventure, moving aboard and becoming a full-time liveaboard family. So many people have helped us along the way, and we'd like to give a huge thanks to Andrew Darlington, Paul Dark, Mike and Jane Osler, Timothy Morgan, Chris Clark, Nigel Tomlinson and Ben Roth for helping us reach this point. In next week's episode, we finally get afloat and we're launched at 5:30 in the morning in total darkness and manoeuvre our boat astern into an ebbing tide down the flowing River Dart. It's amazing and emotional stuff, so don't forget to watch. We do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave us a thumbs up and drop a comment in the comments section below.
And if you want to see some sneaky peeks into what's coming up, because we're filming quite a way ahead at the moment, head over and follow us on our Facebook and Instagram. Link in the description, of course.
I'd like to say thanks to Justin for his donation through Coffee, and we'd like to welcome on board our new patron, Jonathan Baker. And thank our whole patron family for your continued support. We love you all.
See you next time. Bye.